Hi everyone, it's a trading card collector with another Dragon Ball video. Today I am not going to open any trading card set from AliExpress. Today I'm going with the Dragon Ball Super card game, the new card game that Bandai has released relatively recently. And what I have here are all the starter decks currently available for this card game. Now, we're not going to get any surprises here because these are pre-constructed starter decks. So every card that is in here is 100% known. But I have not opened any of these yet, and I'm curious as to what the art looks like. So they had the first, when the game was released, they released 4 starter decks. So the first one is here is Goku, the second one is Vegeta, then Broly and Frieza. So these 4 were released at the very beginning. And then recently they released the 5th one, which is like Bardock, Goku's dad. In addition to the starter decks, you can also get booster boxes. So far, this game has had 3 expansions. I do have a bunch of booster boxes as well. So this is, for example, the first one. That's a code, FB01, and it's Awakened Pulse. I have another one here for the second expansion, Blazing Aura, and FB02. I have not opened any of these packs yet at all. And the third one just got released. And just like a One Piece card game, you can get this in English and Japanese as well. Now, I'm not going to open this today yet. I'm only going to open the starter decks just to get a sense of what the art is and what the cards look like. And then this is also the second card game that Bandai currently has in the market. There's been a relatively long-standing one that is up to expansion. I think it's up to 30 or close to 30 right now. Much close to 30. That was just called Dragon Ball Super card game. But since they announced this one, which is supposed to be a simpler version of that, the old one is now called Masters, and the new one is going to be this one, Fusion World. So I have, for example, I do collect the old one, what they now call Masters, and I keep all my cards in binders just like this one, right? So this one, for example, is from expansion number 20, so you can get a sense of how I typically store these cards. So here you have, if you look at these, the different cards, and you will see the expansion number here is BT20. That means this is expansion number 20, and then you have all the different cards and for this particular expansion. And I keep 1 expansion per binder, so I typically will buy a new binder of this type with every new expansion. And I have like all the base cards. Then I also keep a copy of each one of the booster packs, just so that I know what the booster pack look like. And I typically just put this here. I just flatten them so it won't stick out. And there's like 4 different art styles for those. And then I have all the foil cards for the same set, right? Because this current game, what they call Masters now, every card you see, so these are the same cards, but you have like a normal version and the foil version for each one of those cards. And so I have like all the non-foil versions first, and then I keep the foils afterwards. And I do have some gaps on the foil version, as you can see. They're not particularly difficult to find. I just have not had a chance to get them yet. But yeah, and I do have a fresh binder for these Fusion Worlds sets ready. And what I do with this Dragon Ball sets is I use 2 colors. I use orange and red because that is the color of a Dragon Ball, and I alternate. Right? So in my shelf, in my CCG shelf for card games, I have like a lot of these, like close to like 30 of these alternating colors for all the expansions for that first Dragon Ball game. Now let's actually see what this look like. And again, I have never opened and I have not played any of these, the new version of this game yet. I have played the One Piece game a couple of times, and I think it's pretty close to that in terms of rules. So I'm assuming we're going to get a deck here, a paper mat, and oops, just dropped that. Oh, and a bonus pack. Oh, so maybe we're going to get something unknown here. I did not expect that bonus pack. So, okay, so like every starter deck, the idea behind the starter deck is that you should be able to just open it and play the game right away. And so this is going to contain a paper mat with indications on how to put your cards, and I'm assuming a quick overview of, yeah, there you go, of the different phases of the game. Right, so how to do the game setup, and then, yeah, like what I was saying, the three main phases: charge, main phase, and end phase. And all these games are pretty, like the Pokemon, One Piece, and Dragon Ball, they are pretty, and Lorcana and all of these, they're pretty, they follow the same pattern, right? So they do have different rules, of course, but they're all pretty close in terms of how they operate. So they're not very difficult to pick up. But okay, so we have that mat, and I'm assuming that this is going to be the same mat on every single starter deck, or maybe with a different leader card, because that's going to be unique. So I want to put that aside, and okay, so here's what we have. And oh, right, so I think one thing that's new about this one is that, if I recall correctly, you have a QR code version of this card, so you can then redeem online and play online. So I think that was one of the selling points for this game. But yeah, right now I just want to get a closer look at the cards. So the starter deck should have like a few cards that are going to be unique to the starter deck, like the leader, and then it would probably have a bunch of cards that are just reprints, or like the same card that you would get on a normal booster box. And here we have like the QR codes as well. All right, so we have a unique code here, which I'm probably going to blur in the video because I will have to redeem with my account. And let's take a look at this card. So this is the leader, which, yeah, typically you just play this side up at the beginning, and the Dragon Ball has this notion of awakening. So when you have the awakening, which it does tell you an indication right there, when your life it's a 4 or less, draw one card and flip this card over. And so that's the power that this character has. I don't really see anything else. So you would always have your leader. The goal is to defeat the other leader. And then when it's awakened, it has a boost on power. This side is foiled, the other side wasn't. And it does have like an additional perks, right? So your leader also counts, and again, this is not uncommon in this kind of game, also counts as a character that you can use to attack. So the function here, when you attack and draw one card, when you activate once per turn, choose up to one of your battle cards, and it gets plus 5,000 power for the battle. So okay, so alright, so that is the first of these cards in this deck. Then I'm assuming we're gonna get like a few foil cards that are going to be the ones unique to the starter deck. Like this one, and it's also foiled. And you do have the code here, FS0108. Now FS01, that is the, I'm assuming that's going to be the same, that it will be like the like starter deck or 1, I'm going to imagine. Alright, so we have this character, and yeah, same as all these kind of games, all your Lorcanas and One Piece and whatnot. So that would be, again, I don't really know how to play yet, but I'm going to assume that is 5 is the deploy cost of this card, 2 of which have to be of the red color. And then you have this character on play, which has 35,000 power, and it has some ability, right? So double strike, so you inflict 2 damages instead of 1, which is pretty good. And on play, choose one of your opponent battle cards, it gets minus 20,000 power. So that seems pretty solid. Okay, and there's 2 of those. Then 2 more foil cards. FS0109, and I guess there would be like FS02 and 3 and so on afterwards, yes. Alright, this one costs 4 to deploy and has like some text here, critical, damage. And in subsequent expansions, the notion of what is critical or what is double strike, it would probably no longer be explained, because what they say in italics next to it is, this is what critical means. So once those concepts have been properly ingrained into the game, what's going to happen is that it would just say, a card will just say critical, and that's it, and you're supposed to know what that means. But this is the first expansion, so they're here, and for now they're going to show you what it actually means. All right, so we get 2 more foils of those, and then we go into like standard, non-foil, just your standard and basic cardboard. And this is still going to be FSO 102. This is still unique cards to this starter deck. So we have one chip to play, just 1 unit, and your Whiz, a few copies of that. Another chip to play, Mutant Roshi. And I guess these are sorted by cost. No, they're not. Krillin. Use cost. And these cards also have like that value here, which is like 10,000 for that one. And that, if this is similar to One Piece, which I'm assuming it is what you can use to react and play it as a boost of whatever is written here when someone is attacking one of your cards or your leader. So if you have this in play in the playmat, then that's a unit that you go by. If you have it in hand and someone is attacking your leader, like say that Goku is on play and someone is attacking him and he has 20,000 power, then you can also play this and add 10,000. I'm assuming that's how it plays, but I have not read the rules yet. Okay, so we have a Krillin. Yeah, as you can see, some of these have some text. Shin, episode 105. Kaioshin, so these are still relatively low cost. 118. I mean, the art is not bad, but it's also not fantastic, to be fair. But yeah, well, it's just one starter deck. Android 17, Android 18, should have the same power. It does, but different cost. Doesn't seem fair. Okay, this one has some text and this one doesn't. So, okay, that's fine. Oops. Put that here. Okay, and Tenshin Han. Piccolo. That sort of looks like he's crying. Alright, Piccolo. And the Beerus. Frieza. That is a pretty neat image of Frieza. So this one, so it costs 4 to play. It doesn't really have any text, but it has 30,000 power, and a leader would have 15,000 or 20,000. So that is pretty good. It does cost 4 to play that. And I'm going to assume that each one of these decks, starter decks, is a different color. This is red, obviously. Your leader's red, and it has like the little dots indicating you have to play that. At least pay 1 cost of red when you play this card, and the other 3 can be any color. All right, Vegeta, and this, I don't know why this has a different background. Oh, this must be like a different action. This is not a character. So there must be, I'm assuming, in the game a different area where you can play actions that are not directly character, which is what this would be. That's the extra on the side. So yeah, I guess this would only be active for a limited period of time, or you can only have 1 at a time or something like that. So we have a Kamehameha and God Kamehameha and Energy Marker, which I guess this would be the currency that you use to activate, and the energy would be used for this cost. So as I said, this is all pre-constructed, and it looks like all of these cards are going to be unique to the starter set. So there is 16 unique cards on each starter deck, and there has a C there, which I guess means common, or the rarity, I'm assuming. And yeah, it doesn't have any cards that would be on these booster boxes afterwards. And out of those 16, 3 of them are foiled. The leader, which is foiled on one side, and then two other, I guess, some of the good cards in the deck that are also foiled. And you get 2 of each. So 5 total foil cards, 3 different cards. And then yeah, let's take a look at what this is, because I am curious about that. It says like, okay, so you can get 7 different types in total. So 7 different cards. 1 card from 7 types randomly inserted in each pack. Okay, so I guess there's a total of 7 cards, and I'm going to assume that the other starter decks have also one of those 7. Okay, why? This is the same one that we have here, it's just different treatment. So these are like more, so it's the same card, and playability is exactly the same. It just has like the full bleed treatment as opposed to the text box over here. So you get, the art is more prominent on this one, which is nice. Okay, so I guess that's going to be the pattern. So you're gonna get, and each one of the starter decks, you're gonna get 2, a foil leader, then 2 cards are foiled, and then there's also 7 AIs, alternative images for those foil cards. I'm assuming. Let's open the second one and see if that tracks. So this is a Vegeta version, Vegeta starter deck, and it looks like it's going to be blue color, if I'm not mistaken. Then Broly wouldn't logically be green, and Frieza, I don't know, purple. And then Bardock is probably going to be black. I don't know which other colors this game has. I suppose there's also white, yellow, but I don't know if those colors exist in this game yet. They always want to leave some for the subsequent expansions, right? So they can keep adding new colors. Alright, so the center here, and we have the same format deck, and it looks like this is exactly the same. So there is no different art for the starter deck. So it is the same on both sides. It's purple on one side, and then it has the Goku here. So we've seen that already. Put that aside. And I'm just going to open this. If I can. There you go. And I'll take a look at this card. So I have the Redemption one over there again. And alright, so here's our leader for this second starter deck. A Vegeta, a pretty cool image. So that's from, the taken from the manga from the fight against Cell. And that is non-awakened. This is how you would start. So you put it on the mat if this was your leader. Let's see how that compares. So when attacking, draw 1 card, and then awaken, same condition when your life is 4 or less, so which I'm assuming is going to be the rule for every leader for now. And it's exactly the same as Goku. So they're exactly the same power, exactly the same function when attacking. And when awaken, the same when attacking function. When attacking, draw 1 card, also the same, but the activation is different. So activate once per turn. If you have 7 of your cards in your hand, this card gets plus 15,000 power for the turn. Which actually seems much better, I think. I don't know how many cards you're supposed to have in hand, but 7 seems like a lot, based on my experience with previous card games. So, yeah. Except that this is activate main. So in order to use this ability, you have to attack with, or you have to activate this leader. Whereas I'm assuming, activate battle. With Goku, you can choose any other card. Vegeta has to be him. Okay, let's see what the other foil cards here are. Oh, that's a nice Gotenks. Okay, on play, and then has a nice function as well. If you have 7 of few cards in your hand, add up to 1 Son Goten and up to 1 Trunks Youth, both with a cost of 2 or less from your drop to your hand. Okay, so it's like when you play, you have the option to repopulate your hand with some of your other cards not in hand. Okay, and same configuration, so we have 2 foil cards of that same one and 2 of this, I imagine. Yes, it's a Vegeta. Double strike. It's okay art. It's not fantastic art. I have seen better art for this for sure. Now we go into the unique non-foil, just regular card or cards for this second starter deck. So Goten, Son Goku, Super Saiyan 3, Goten, another Goten, Gohan, Trunks, that's Trunks Youth, that's the one that was called out earlier. That one too, Videl. That is an expensive Videl, it's cost 7 units of energy and same attack power and 15,000, which is not a lot, but it has a pretty, what I'm assuming is going to end up being a pretty strong combination, and the attack super combo, maximum of 4 cards with super combo can be placed in a deck, and then you get like a bunch of power, so that's why it's so expensive. Okay, and Piccolo, and the Bulma, Mr. Buu, and then here we have the 2 non-character cards. Garlic Gun, that is interesting that it's translated like that. It's garlic as in the condiment, because, you know, they come from the vegetable planet. Sometimes the English translations are a bit befuddling. I can find out Flash. This is not particularly inspired art, I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry to say, Bandai, but you need to step up your art game. And the energy marker, which I guess that looks the same as this one. Yeah. Alright, so that's this is the second starter deck. Some decent images. I think the leader is definitely the best one. The rest, some of them are a bit meh. Okay, and let's see what this second pack has inside. It's the garlic, not Gallic, garlic gun, which again, so same principle, right? Same card, same playability, just foiled plus the extra visibility. Oh, and I guess this one is a lot better because that is a complete solid white block. The other one, the character card, was semi-transparent. This one is just completely hiding the art. So that's a lot better than to have it like that, of course. All right, so we have those 2. Deck number 3. What we are assuming is going to be green color. Okay, so put that here. The mat is exactly the same as before. Our packs over here are different. Now then, this makes me wonder. So for this one, when they say 7 types in total, I think that might actually be 7 times per starter deck, not just all the decks together. So yeah, because if this one is also a card from this deck, then that means like, yeah, so all those decks are completely different, which means there's a lot more of those than I expected. Okay, so let's open this. And total redemption and energy marker, also the same. Okay, and it is, what is the color? It is green, indeed. Alright, that's the leader. And this leader is actually stronger, 25,000 versus 20,000 that Goku and Vegeta had. So it's the same on this side, 15. And the same function when attacking, draw one card. The awaken function is a bit different. So when your life is at full or less, add one card from your life to your energy in rest mode, as opposed to drawing a card like this too. Then flip this card over. So, you know, off the bat, it does look like this one would be better because it's just stronger. And then activate main. The activation function is just for this dude, for Mr. Broly. Okay. Now the other two foils, turtles. You know, not bad. That's one foil and a Broly in Super Saiyan form, which is a bit, it's average art, I would say. Pretty strong though, 45,000, but it also costs 8. So I'm assuming that's going to be pretty difficult to play. Alright, and then the normal cards. Angle. The 16 normal cards. Shamoyan. Nappa, that's a cool image. I do like that. Paragus, Broly's father. Another Paragus. Solid image of Broly. Another Broly. Vegeta. King Vegeta. Vegeta's dad. More. Raditz. It's cool. And then two actions. Gigantic Meteor. And Destructive Strength. Alright, so that is starter deck number 3, and this, one of 7 types, but it's going to be from this deck, because I am now fairly certain that is what they meant. Yep, so that is King Vegeta, and let's put them next to each other. King Vegeta. Yeah, that's on the right image. Okay. So cool. We have that one. Put that over here. And these bonus packs also have the starter pack code on them. So yeah, definitely 7 for each starter deck. Okay. Starter deck number 4, almost done. Frieza. Which one I'm assuming is going to be purple color, or maybe yellow, because that is yellow. Actually, yeah, so I stand correct, that's probably going to be yellow. It does, I don't know why yellow would fit Frieza though, it seems like purple. But okay. So I guess it's going to be color number 4. And with the 3 expansions, I am assuming they have released like another color or 2 by now, because those tend to be the main updates, these first iterations, because it's easy. You don't really, it's not a new mechanic. It's pretty easy to pick up. It's like, oh, you know, we had 4 colors, now we have 5. Simple as that. Okay, so that is our leader, Frieza, which that's a pretty cool image too. And he is 20,000, which is the same as Goku and Vegeta, and 15,000 on this side. And the other 2 for a card, we have Golden Frieza over here, a decent image, and King Cold, sorry, Cooler is a brother. King Cold, Frieza's father. Alright. And then I'm assuming it's going to be just cards from the Frieza Force, like Zarbon, the Special Forces, Captain Ginyu, Recon, and all of those. Alright, Kui, Zarbon, there you go. Shisami. That's one of the new ones. Sorbet, also the new ones from the movies. Tagoma. Chila. Broly's movies. Dodoria. Alright. Frieza on the first form. Frieza first form expanded. Second form. This was always my favorite. Very aliens looking. I love that. Frieza's second form. Very short-lived, but pretty awesome. Limo. And then the actions of the extra cards, whatever these are called, I don't know what they call yet. Golden Death Beam and Death Ball. This was a cool attack in the comics. No special forces, no Captain Ginyu or Recon or Bardock. Disappointing. I guess they're probably in the normal boxes. Okay, and let's see what we have on this one. And this one we have Frieza. Large Frieza, and all of these are still 7 types in total, yes. Well, that is the one we got here. There we go. And that is starter pack number 4. And I'm going to close it with starter pack number 5. And now I know how to read the colors. This is going to be black color. And I don't know anything yet about the rarity in the main expansions, in the main decks, in terms of what is the super rare card on every expansion that people are after. I know in One Piece they have the AIs with the manga background, and those tend to go for a lot. And I don't know if the Dragon Ball game has a similar treatment. Alright, this might be different since this did not come out at the same time, and I don't know if there was any errata or anything, but no, it doesn't look like it. It's like still the same. No, it is slightly different. So it's the same design and the same cards in the front, but I can tell that some of the text in here has changed. So I guess they did modify some rules after this one, or before starter deck number 5 came out, which is not uncommon, right? So this type of games always have some erratas and rule adjustments all the time. Okay, well, let's take a look at this last starter deck. And hopefully I can get a game in with this at some point soon, because I definitely would like to try it out. I don't know if I can stream that there, because it's the surface that I would need to play with 2 people in front of each other and capture that on the camera might be beyond my streaming capabilities, but I can try. Alright, so we have here a leader, Bardock, in awakened form. This is the foil form, 20,000 power. So I guess Broly is the only one that has more than 20,000. And the non-awakened form. And then, there's no. The second one is not a foil in this use case, in this deck. Interesting. Okay, so grade 8 Bardock minus the foiling. I guess the foiling is at the end. Alright, so they changed the configuration of the order a little bit. And we have the foil, Tiny Goku, Kakarot. Only 2 attack power, so I wonder if this is some sort of a new rule, or if it's just 2. I'm gonna guess it's just 2 based on the fact that it only costs 1 unit. Alright, Fasha. So this is gonna be just Bardock's crew. Oh no, here we have Grandpa Gohan. Similar to that video earlier, costs 7, but it has all that weird combo thing, so I guess if you can string together all those cards that you need, then it will be a pretty brutal attack. Toda, Bardock, okay, so all the Bardock crew, oh, some Frieza Force. This one here. And the cards do have that legend, Saiyan and Bardock crew, and then Frieza's army, because some of the cards are like, hey, if you draw 1 card and it's a Bardock's crew, then put it in your hand or play it for free and stuff like that. So again, that's the same as any other game of this nature. Young Nappa with hair, Bardock, and here's the other foil card, Super Saiyan Bardock. Decent image. It's not the best, but it's not bad. Okay, and then no more foils, I assume. Sugesh, Frieza, Young Vegeta, Resisting Destiny, moments before his death. When they showed up in the anime, and the manga, I thought it was a great image and great moment. A lonesome final battle. Yeah, this is directly from the anime. That is a direct capture from the anime. And your energy marker and your redemption card, which I put it there. Okay, and then last thing I'm going to open is the bonus pack. This is also, yeah, 7 types. This one came out very recently, I believe. The other 4 must have been like at least half a year. But I just got them. So, okay, and this is me. Oh, Grandpa Gohan. A Grandpa Gohan foil. Fantastic. Okay, well, alright, there you have it. So these are all the starter decks for the Dragon Ball Super Card Game Fusion World. Do not mistake it with the Masters, or with just Dragon Ball Super Card Game. That's a different one. Sort of the same rules, but this one is a lot simpler, because, you know, after 25, 30 expansions, things get a bit fucking difficult to follow. So it's good to hit that reset button every once in a while. But yeah, I hope you enjoy that. I'm glad I finally got to open these. I'm looking forward to playing a little bit. And yeah, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and join us on Discord if you're interested. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.